All right. First podcast. All right. Well, that's going to be loud. Let's go in here. All right. So now you enlisted before 9/11, right? What year was it? Here, come a little bit closer.
It was July 10th, 2001.
July 10th, 2001. Okay. Now, what we were just talking about, there's a huge mindset difference between all the branches. Marine Corps, Army, Navy, Air Force, they all enlist for different reasons. Now, Marines are kind of known for being psychos and stuff, which, like, you gotta think you have to be a little bit of a psycho to want to join the Marine Corps, and it's not saying there's like, oh, they're all sociopaths. It's like, no, dude, it's crazy, right? Now, what I will say is things have changed since then. You enlisted to be an MP, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I was in boot camp, because we were just talking about, there's the phrase "every Marine rifleman." Now, I always say bullshit on that, and it's not to talk down on people who are not grunts. It's to say that it's a different job. All right, what you learn on the known distance range in Table 2 or in MCT is a very small part of the job. And Marines aren't awesome war fighters because they can hold the gun still while they press the target with a little bit of wind involved, right? There's tactics. That's why we're awesome.
Yeah, and you get the bare minimum to function in that environment.
Right.
But it's worlds different than what the other branches get.
Yeah. And now, one thing I went to boot camp with a dude. I think he was supply. He said if he ever got called to be a rifleman, put in a provisional platoon, that he wouldn't go. He went to play. So fuck that guy. All right, fuck that guy. And I know not most Marines are like
they're
that.
out there, but
yeah,
most everyone would be like, all right, let's go.
Right, and that's what it should be.
And you just don't like my compound when I was out in Baghdad is we had us. It was like 21 of us with our detachment, and we had a company of infantry that supported us. That you'd see some of these Army National Guard guys getting ready to go out, and just the mindset is completely different. Mm-hmm. You can't even describe it.
Now, one thing that's cool about Guard now, though, is that we have a lot of active duty Marines, Rangers, former SF. Lots of those guys are going into the Guard.
Yeah.
So it's actually a really good place to be for veterans who want to go back in. In fact, they have great programs to become an officer and stuff. But, all right, let's get back to it. Here's a simple lesson right here with this story I have tell again, is that pressing the trigger, dry firing the weapon, is not a part of the clearing process. All right? Strip the mag, lock the action open, visually inspect, finger fuck it to make sure it's clear. Pressing the trigger is not a part of the clearing process. So, go ahead. Tell your story the way you just told me it.
I'll see if I can do this again.
Yeah, I want to do it again.
All right. So we're sitting there in our ready room one day, and we're just listening to the radios, and our Gurkha guards that were on our outer compound come on.
In Baghdad, right?
In Baghdad.
Yep.
At the
what year?
Oh, Jesus. 05?
05. Back when it was cool. All
yeah,
right.
when it was like sporty in Baghdad. There's like this metal shit falling out of the sky all the time. And we get the call, and all you could hear the guy would say was like something about a shot at Kakalon. That's all you could understand. We go hauling ass out there, and like dragging weapons and ammunition belts behind us because like somebody dropped some shit, and like literally, like that 200 round box off a saw.
Yeah.
The only thing keeping it in the weapon was the damn plate shut, and the plate, and the belt, I mean.
Yeah.
And that box is like just bouncing behind the gators we're driving up there. It's like ding, 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 ding. Get up there. There are 5 or 6 of us. We set up a perimeter. There's an Army captain on the ground, laying on his back in the middle of the road. We get a perimeter around him. I run up. I just put pressure right down on his leg with my fist. Started asking which way it came from. It wasn't unheard of to take some pot shots out there. There was another, I'm pretty sure this guy was a captain too. standing there with an M9 in his hand, shaking. He's like, I did it. And we all started laughing at this poor dude before we realized, wait a minute, we ought to, like, help him.
All right, so maybe we are a little bit fucked up as Marines. That's just a thing.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't going to die.
Yeah, well, he could. I mean,
I had a lot of weight on there.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm not exactly a small dude. We went back because we were able to review video of it. At least at the time, because I think we're talking about 2005, and I doubt they've changed. Army and I think all of DOD's clearing procedures were to remove your magazine, cycle the weapon 2 times, take it off safe, dry fire it. These guys were carrying in condition 3, with magazine inserted with the chamber empty. The guy who did the shooting never removed his magazine. So he cycled it once, nothing happened in his eyes, but he chambered around. Mm-hmm. Then when he pulled the slide back again to cycle, he go, oh man, I must have had one in there. Whew, I'm glad I did my clearing procedures. Took it off safe, blasted the clearing barrel, which is bad enough, but then it scared the ever-loving dog shit out of him. And this guy, he was right-handed, the guy was standing to his left. When he fired, it startled him. He pulls the weapon back almost to his chest and fires again, and puts a 9mm right through this dude's thigh.
Yeah, and check it out. You know, one thing we were just talking about too is that, you know, I was watching what exactly is the Army pistol qual. What is a Marine pistol qual? And you think about what the qualifications are. Now, what MOS were these guys, real quick?
No idea.
No idea. You said they were guard or reserve or?
They were probably guard, and there were some sort of planning units that were where I was.
Like an S-shop?
Yeah, we had, like, General Casey was in our compound. We had the main command and control of the whole shooting match.
They push papers.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they push papers. Now, when you look...
What was hilarious? Like, when we'd have to sweep the building,
yeah,
because somebody would lose their Haji, you'd go in their office, and they're using hand grenades as paperweights.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Lock that shit up. Why do you even have it?
Now, one thing we were just talking about, let me get back to the point I was trying to make. I always jump around. But anyways, when you look at any qualification the military does, there is unload, show, clear after every relay, right? And ammunition is generally, unless you're in an area of operations, not kept on that soldier or Marine's body, right? It's always locked up, right? If you go to a rifle range, they give you ammo once you're out there, right? And your gun's unloaded the whole time. It's very sterilized. Well, meanwhile, you know, if you have guns as a civilian and you have good training, you may be very comfortable keeping those guns loaded all the time. My guns are always loaded all the time. Yeah. I'm just used to it, right? And as long as I keep it away from fucking idiots, it's fine, you know? Because it's not the gun that's dangerous, the fucking idiots. Now, with military, there's a low standard of training, number one, and it's group training, right? Because it's one dude trying to teach 50 dudes or 100 dudes. And it's very basic. And a lot of it is just about accuracy.
And there's always, you don't want to admit it, but there really is always that one dude that does not know left from right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that's who you're teaching to. And everybody else is like, yeah, no shit, that's the right. And this guy's like holding up the wrong hand when they ask for the left hand.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Well, you'll see that everywhere. Well, the simple thing is, like, we all have worked with an idiot in the civilian world. That idiot's going to be everywhere. It doesn't get rid of them just because you're in the military. It's a common thing. It's a statistic, and it's going to happen. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, you know, shit like that happens. They have a stupid procedure in place because they have a low standard of training, a low standard of qualification, and now you have guys who are not used to carrying live ammo, to carrying a loaded weapon. In condition 3, meaning they're Israeli carrying, as they call it, right? Which people always ask, here at the range or in class, like, what do you think about Israeli carry? And like, it's wrong. You have a good holster, you follow firearm safety rules, you're fine. You should be used to having a loaded gun. If you're uncomfortable having a loaded gun on your body, that means that you do not feel competent enough to do so.
It's the muscle memory in training.
Yeah.
And that's just something that's different through the branches. But obviously, I never did any pre-deployment stuff with the Army or the Guard. But just from looking at some of these guys, especially their guys that are in, like you said, different S shops or total rear unit, rear area units, when they do their pre-deployments type training, they're still kept in an extremely sterile environment, like you're talking about. But then you've got, the Marines are going out to their CACs, and except for when they come back from that training or that training cycle, they're treated just like they're in the field downrange.
Mm-hmm. Well, even CACs though, it's
it is more sterile.
It's totally sterile. They try to make it realistic, but even in my area of operations, dude, like we were condition 3, except when we went out to like our FOB PA, we were condition 3, right? And then when you went on post or outside the wire, you went condition 1.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? Was that a spaceship? That was crazy. Anyways, that didn't sound like a ricochet. Anyways, when we went out to like Shaban, the area where there was actually fighting, and we didn't have a bunch of big dicks hanging out, we had big boy rules. You kept your guns loaded, and you didn't shoot yourself and your friends. You follow firearm safety rules. There's 4 of them. You follow those, you'll be good. Anyways, I gotta wrap this up. Hey guys, thanks for listening. Say thank you too.
Thanks, guys. See you later. I don't know.
All right, take care, guys, and keep fighting communism.